What it do, fellas? So you guys see that title? I'm about to tell you why ghosting is so important and it works so well, especially the steps. If you do it correctly, it's almost guaranteed to happen. Y'all gotta get that when you have her roller coaster emotions going, when women get excited by that excitement of you disappearing, you ghosting, and I'm gonna get into details of how she's not feeling so important, the security gets taken away, and how you do it in a second. But when that happens for a lot of women, they get into this ghosting emotions. Well, why or how? I can't handle it. Now, fellas, if you do ghosting, I promise y'all that if you waited out a little bit longer when the results don't come, it's eventually gonna happen. So I said in the beginning, the roller coaster cycle is what happens with women. Every woman has it in her. If she finds that alpha guy, that one guy that gets her hooked, eventually she's gonna keep coming back to him, knowing that rightfully he's the best one. But not only that, you got her unsprung, unhooked on you. So ghosting is very important to still be a valuable guy behind the ghosting, if that makes sense. Okay, so y'all, I just said a Casper ghost joke, whatever. I said a joke about Casper. Thanks for telling me. I think it was a female that actually told me they liked the joke, but anyways, I just wanted to add that there. So let me get to the talking for real, the actual talking you guys want to hear, but please do give this video a big thumbs up. And so first thing off the bat is the security that you take off from ghosting. Now, first of all, that really makes this a big problem is how much she felt like she was important in your life before. So what often happens is that security comes in when, first of all, you give her the same comfort actions, right? So it's kind of like she knows security is there. It happens all the time. She's comfortable due to the fact that you're comfortable, always giving this action response. So now you have her being comfortable. Ghosting now, what it does is it doesn't only make her feel less important, not take just the security away, but it's like the routine that you guys had before, it's now gone. So it's like you kept the part that you had to do for so long. But ghosting, when it comes in, how did you just manage to disappear like that? How did you get to a point of, oh, I gotta go? And fellas, right now, get the best shaver out. I'm not even lying to you guys. The best shaver out right now this year. Y'all gotta go purchase it. Click that link, purchase it. And fellas, it works so well. Very easy to use. Nice black, silky, small. You can carry it anywhere. And, you know, just purchase it if you guys really need a new product or you want the best product to shave, whether it's your armpits or it could be anywhere else, your manhood, all that good stuff. Get your shaver. It is down there, and it is from Amazon. I want to let you guys just know that as well, because, you know, Amazon comes quickly, okay? So you can get it right away and get shaved up for her. But let me go back to this ghosting and how much she doesn't feel important. So I'm going to tell you this. When you guys take away the uncomfortness that she had before, is that even really a word? But when you take away that comfortability that she did have before, what most times happens is that she's going to try to jump back into getting you in this cycle or this routine to get you going back into her having you always as an option. So this goes into the points of, it's so important when you ghost, you do it because you're proving a point of you are not no longer important to me, and I have no desire as a fella to get you to be important to me one day or later on. So now this gets me into the violating that she feels. So I'll talk more about this in a separate video, but I just want to bring this up to say, like, anything with violating, anything with crossing the line, anything with, oh, you shouldn't have did this, and all these things I could still elaborate. Even crossing the line, I could actually tell you the differences, right? But it's very much similar. So anyways, when you're crossing the line, violating her and doing these things, it's down to how are you gonna take it to this extreme or do this to me? So now when you do something like ghosting, some of y'all fellas kind of look at it as in like, well, she might not even notice, or it might be just, I was gonna burp. I had to hold it in, sorry. I was about to keep going in, like I wanted to rant, but you know, my body's stopping me. Anyways, but back to ghosting with the violating, y'all got to get that she needs y'all to keep your part going, and that's what she expects. So I say this, when she needs it, it's due to the facts back to comfortability. She needs to know security is there. You're not going to be fully gone. You don't have another woman taking your time, your attention, or someone will be like, okay, well, maybe you are talking to other women and all that stuff, but I can't have her think that, or you can't have her be the one, the only number one, or at least not forever. So some women just have their place for now. However, most times with the ghosting, it's like, how are you just gonna manage to ghost her just like that? Now, y'all gotta look at the bigger picture. Ghosting is really like MIA. But then the bigger picture is when it gets to the violating and crossing the line, what you're actually doing is telling her, I don't have to give you no explanation. Now, this is the parts of you're not even trying to be disrespectful, but it's gonna come out that way. And honestly, she's gonna take it disrespectfully no matter what, if it's not gonna come out the way she wants it to. So back to you, you're not even really trying to be disrespectful with ghosting and all that stuff. But what happens with ghosting, it's a way of like just not giving no explanation or letting a female know why you're also gonna be gone. So oftentimes with ghosting, you have to just do it. Sometimes with no contact, and also with maybe let's just say ignoring, what kind of happens with that? And I only say no contact when people treat it like ignoring. So sometimes when they do it too short, or also when they just be like, okay, well, I'm just doing this because I want to get her mad and it's going to be a temporary time and all this stuff. Ignoring could be very much like so small compared to no contact. So you should take ignoring serious. But that's besides my point. Ignoring with all those other things, sometimes it's kind of just like she expected you to get to that point. In other words, eventually what she thought, or, you could say she knew, is that, things are falling apart. Y'all aren't really getting along, right? So this is the part where, oh man, you really did this? Oh man, the violating really, really hits. So when she expects with like kind of like no contact, and no contact works absolutely amazing. Ignoring works still great. And also depending on the circumstances, it's going to apply differently. So when she's with these other situations, when she has these other situations going on, chances are she's kind of like, okay, well, we're finally apart once again. We're going to most likely not actually last. So she expects you to realize, well, I'm not going to treat you better eventually. Maybe you'll finally get it and leave. Or she expects you to know that she's always going to get her part. She expects herself to always get her part. So kind of like with the ghosting, when you kind of disappear, it's a slower process. With no contact, it could be a slower process, because a lot of times with no contact or ignoring, y'all are kind of just doing it for that time being, just to try to send a message out, right? But ghosting is almost like you did it out of the blue, or it was so unexpected. Now, you could do no contact out of nowhere as well, or ignoring out of nowhere. But ghosting could be something that you easily do in the beginning, before you even get close to her. Or also, let's just say you kind of just ghost her because you gotta really, really go. But the thing is that, obviously some of you guys still want to do whatever it takes to get her back around. Ghosting is just supposed to be more of something that's serious, on a level of, well, I'm out so quick and really I'm out of your life. So you can also say with ghosting, it gets kind of like more on the extreme side, because it's kind of like no explanation really leads to, well, every time this woman was in your life before, you at least did this before you left. It also means that, well, we are not working so well, but you will never ghost me, but you did it. So it's just like you're taking it to this extreme measure of, I'm choosing myself right away, instantly, right now, and it's just going to happen this way. So what that also does is let a woman know that you know what's important in your life now. Now, ghosting can become stronger when you also don't have her on social media. Now, this can refer back to no contact, but take it like this. If she doesn't hear about you at all, that would be kind of ghosting. No contact or ignoring is like she could still try to have access. And also it could also be like, she has the connections, or somehow she's staying in touch with you and you're kind of allowing it. So sometimes when families are still involved, or family, friends as well, that could be like really not doing it correctly. However, back to ghosting, when you're doing it correctly and it being a little bit different, it's like you're actually like, where are you? That's what it is. So you're actually gone. Now, it's gone where there's a disappearance of there's nothing there. So you want to make ghosting to be, maybe you're actually, and if you have to do it, you're removing her. Maybe if you have to do it, stop going to that same location that she's always gonna be at. Yes, I did that because I was gonna burp, and I don't drink ginger ale. Well, I do, but I haven't been drinking it lately. And Who told me to drink it right before the video? I told myself. But anyways, it got me good, clearly. So I'm trying to hold in, my burp or whatever. So, fellas, back to this ghosting and violating her and all that. Don't take it as in I have to go to the worst measures, but it's kind of just like a woman views it as in you chose what's best or you know what's best. Now, when it's so tough, like where you go so cold, where ghosting is like almost like blocking, then that's kind of tricky sometimes later on with certain females, because you can play certain mind games to a certain extent, but some females really do start feeling like once you get to this extent, you're not for everybody and I don't want you, or you have to act this way. So I'm saying bring ghosting to be something you do really simply because you're gone, like Casper, like I said, right? It's simply down to you actually have to leave and disappear type of stuff. So don't take it as in, okay, well, ghosting is coming back around because I have to just like seem like I'm out of here and I have to do that. Take ghosting as in I'm gonna go and she's gonna have 500 questions because she can't get one answer. She's trying to get 1 out of 500. She's going to stay stuck at 500. And if she's lucky, she'll get 1. So she'll be at 499. So for you, you're looking out for yourself. You're not trying to fulfill the questions that she's going to have because you're gone. Now, the better thing that you guys can do with ghosting is back to no contact, applying, removing her out of your life completely. But what also you can do with removing family, friends, and all that, with ghosting, you could, when I said not show up to certain locations no more, you could actually be a ghost. So really, I'm trying to say that you could actually be out of her life. Never take it to the extreme measures unless like you have to move for other purposes, but never take it to extreme measures of like really moving. Sometimes some fellas just like, I can't even live in the same city, or it could be like, oh, we go to school together or we work together. I understand that. But you got to work with really what you got, right? So if it's going to be like you work at that job and then maybe there's a lunchroom, fellas, make sure you're sitting at the corner or the back, or eat outside a few times if the weather is nice and you don't like eating outside. Now, it's not to send her no message, but you're on a chill vibe, you're relaxing. So I'm saying if you're doing new things, that's what you're doing. But also, if there's things that you should do already to show that I'm not even in your life, I'm trying to be gone, I have to be here because I have to be here, then you show that. So be as much of a ghost that you can, be as much of a Casper as you can. So make sure anytime that you're talking to this female, you want to get closer to her, you want things to grow, you actually just go into, like I just said, ghosting, but it falls into disappearing. Now, doing it in the form of actually out of nowhere, out of the blue, no explanation, is going to be the best way. So sometimes also wait until, this kind of sounds a little wild, but wait until things get a little bit better, and then maybe she gives you like one attitude. So I say this because you're not trying to like set her up or anything like that. What you're just trying to do is make sure, okay, when she's ready to catch his attitude, I'm absolutely like 10 times ready more to go ghost. So it's just like those moments you catch, because these are the behaviors women will still carry on once you do something like ghosting or no contact or any other thing that I've talked about. And it's like a consistency of her emotions have to be going up and down. She has to get excited. She needs to know more. But you see, like, you can only get her to get to this other side where the games aren't going to be played. And that's only, sometimes when you at least send the message of, I'm not going to tolerate this and I actually will be gone. So you, as I said, fellas, you really got to put a lot of... and I have to say it, fear back into a lot of women. They're just not afraid to lose y'all. But not only that, it's just too easy. Y'all won't actually do ghosting. And if you do ghosting, it'll be one day when before you did ghosting for 3 hours. What is that? That is not even ghosting. Ghosting is really about, I'm gone and I'm doing better when I actually leave. Yes, that's always a must with anything. But I'm really not worried to tell you. I'm not here, acting like I have to send a message out. A lot of this stuff means that you carry on with your life and even try to go harder. So you're distracted, yes, but so that it shows that you moved on. Your life is different now. You've upgraded and it's not looking back. You don't feel no ways not bad for a single thing. And one last thing I'll say before this is the wrap up actually. One last thing I'll say is, look at it this way. when you ghost her, she's gonna want you to not. As in, well, why are you playing so much games when it's too much for her? But yet, those guys that still bring those games back up, she still sticks around. So I'm just saying, don't give her too much of this niceness, or I'm going to give you comfortability for so long. Don't do none of that just due to the facts of, for now, I'm going to do it to make you happy, because it will catch up to you. So make sure when you respect yourself, you have dignity, you love yourself, all that good stuff, fellas, you know to step away, and that it's not that you have to do it in a way where it's going to be beneficial for anybody else. It has to be just beneficial for yourself, and it has to make a lot of sense. Okay, fellas? So I'm just going to wrap up lastly to say that when you do this, do it with a lot of excitement. Do it with, well, I'm actually really ready to go. And do it with, I hope she doesn't find nothing else about me while I'm gone. Do it with almost the intent of, I'm trying to actually go. Not the intent of, well, while I'm gone, this is what's going to happen. Or while I'm actually disappearing and all this stuff, this is on her side. Her emotions are looking like this. Nope. Take this as in, I'm going to take it, run with it, never look back. And she's going to be chasing after you, when some fellas would rather, well, I'll stop, let her catch up to me. Or, you know what? I shouldn't have let her even chase me. I should have met her halfway. Or she should have stayed in the front of the line and I should have came to her. No. Okay, fellas? So I really hope y'all get this point. I'll elaborate on everything that I said, especially like the whole violating, crossing the line types of stuff, just because there's still way more to still add. So I gotta make another video about it. But I thank you guys so much, especially for watching until the end. And like I told you guys, get the best shaver out here. Shave your balls, shave your manhood, all that good stuff. Fellas, get covered, get clean, be fresh for these ladies, but be fresh for yourself, starting with that. All right, so it is definitely a great product. Purchase it with that link down below. And I thank you guys once again for watching. If you didn't though, give that video a big thumbs, or this video, sorry, a big thumbs up. Do that right now. And y'all know consultations, I'm ready to talk to you guys, y'all. I'm ready to go. So go book your consultations. We can get this going on. And remember, it could be about anything. It does not have to be about sad things, but maybe you're doing ghosting now. That could be nice. Or other things such as no contact, ignoring. If y'all have questions, hit up your girl and we can get to the talking. I thank you guys once more. Bye, y'all.